Feel the magic under Keely's light. Hook in hand, we're gonna start today. Hook in love will show the way.
Now we're going to start the Suzette stitch. I am using an Aran weight cotton, and I'm using a 4.5mm hook because I want this to be quite tight. I'm going to be making it into a washcloth. So now, depending on what it is that you want to make, you are going to chain an even number. So the multiples are actually 2, in that you would multiply by 2 and then you add 2. So pretty much any even number is going to work. So I'm just going to make my chain 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I'm just going to see how long that is. Do it just a little bit longer. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So that's going to be the approximate size of mine. And I'm just going to add my 2 on. So I've got 30 and I'm adding 2. So what we do from here then is we're going to miss the first chain and we're going to go into the second chain, and into that we are going to place a single crochet and a double crochet, both into the same one. So I'm going into the back bump of the chain, but you work into the chain however you would normally, and I'm making a single crochet followed by a double crochet. If you normally use UK terms, it is a double crochet followed by a treble, but I do use US terms. So that those both go into that same stitch. So then I'm going to miss a stitch or a chain, and I'm going to go into the next one. I'm going to repeat that. So single crochet, double crochet, miss a stitch, single crochet, double crochet, miss a stitch. I'm going to work that all the way along. Grab some more yarn. This is going to create a really beautifully textured material, and it's quite close, although you're missing that stitch. When you'll see when you come to doing the second row and subsequent rows, it's actually quite a close stitch, but it's beautiful for blankets. Obviously I'm doing a washcloth, headbands, hats. It's very versatile. And as I say, it gives a beautiful texture. So don't forget to miss one stitch each time. And then of course, when we come back to do the second row, then we don't have to worry about that. Because we'll be going into a stitch. Cottons bunching up. I'm hoping that little black mark on my finger isn't distracting you too much. coming to the end of the chain. So we're almost at the end. You can see I've got 2 left, and what we do in that last one is we just place 1 single crochet into that. Okay, and that is our first row complete. Hopefully, yeah, that just fits into shot. Now I'm going to do the second row. So we do a repeat of the pattern, and we make the repeat of the pattern in the single crochets. So we're going to miss the double crochets out and make it into the single crochets. So the first thing I'm going to do is chain 1. Doesn't count as a stitch. I'm going to turn around, and our first single crochet is here. So because it was the last stitch that we made, so into it we're going to make a single crochet and a double crochet. Alright, and then we are going to miss this stitch, which is a double crochet, and go into this stitch. So you can see hopefully that this is a smaller stitch, and you're going to do that all the way along. So you're going to be missing every other one and making the same that you've just been doing. So a single crochet followed by a double crochet, as so, all the way along. It does become a little bit quicker because of course now you've done the chain, you're working into a stitch, it is a little bit easier. Okay, and I'm going to my last stitch again, so that's the double crochet. Therefore, like this is the single crochet, and into that I am placing just 1. So just be mindful of that. At the beginning and the end of each row, you're going to be making, at the end of each row, you're going to be making 1 single crochet. So this is how the pattern looks so far. What I'll do is I'll continue to make this until it forms the washcloth, and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Alright, so here we are finished, and all I've done is I've just tucked my tails to the end before I sew them in, and whilst it's very hard for you to see that, I will put a photo of it on shortly. This is the texture that you're getting, so you can see how lovely it is, and it's the same the back as well as the front, so there's no right or wrong side. I haven't edged it, as you can probably see. I quite like the edge as it is, so you know, I'm liking the way that this looks. but you could absolutely edge it. And I could imagine this with a few face pads and maybe some nice soap would make a lovely gift if you were looking to make a gift. That it's not going to take too long to do, and uses some fairly basic stitches to be able to make a beautiful piece of material. Now this has taken me 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30 rows. That's the right way up. 30 rows, and if you remember, I did 30 stitches, and so it makes that's what makes it the square. So hopefully you like that, and as I say, I'll pop a photo on